All right, guys, welcome back. Episode 121 of the DrewCast. I'm your host, Mello15. With me tonight, my disembodied voices, I got returning William and I got Justin.
Yep.
Hey, William, last week, I'm sorry that I brought you back for a really short episode because this episode's about to be a banger, I believe. I believe it's about to be a banger, bro.
Same.
Yeah, and I'm really pumped. I'm really pumped because it sucked because, like, last week I was like, hey, Justin, I wanted to just do an update video, right? And like I knew you were gonna come over to help shoot, but I didn't think you were gonna be in the video, and I felt like damn, I shouldn't have had William in such a short video. So again, but this one's gonna be good, dude. So
Hope so.
yeah. Before we start though, I did want to talk about and I almost kind of like wanted to make this a satire moment because it's probably gonna seem like satire to a lot of people, but 4th of July is over. Okay, so stop with the fucking fireworks, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like seriously, bro. Like I get it. On 4th of July, it's America's birthday. Yo, yay, America's birthday. It's like yeah, right? But after, like, bro, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know if you remember this, but I know you remember the dog, our childhood dog Chico. You remember him, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So as he got older, the fireworks became more of a problem for him, and it's happening with Kobe right now too. As he gets older, it's like every year just becomes worse, right? And Chico was like eating, and I'm not even joking. People probably won't believe us, but he was like eating shoe racks and glass. Like we'd come home and like there's fucking blood everywhere, and like Justin's mirror would be broken, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And like just like clearly because like dogs and animals can't really handle fireworks well, right?
Yeah.
So as I got older, like I still like 4th of July because like the barbecuing and like hanging out with people, but like bro, after that, it's just not fun
Yeah.
dealing with the animal part, bro. And so like, hey, you kids, put the fucking fireworks away, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, like this year, I didn't even do anything for 4th of July. I was at work. And I remember I came home and like just like everybody was like hiding and shivering and like they do nothing but blow fireworks outside this window.
Really?
Literally, bro. And even to this day, like 4th of July happened like 2 weeks ago, I think, and they're still outside this window at the skate park. I don't know what they got. They must have like something in their reserves because it's like loud, dude.
Really?
Like yeah, and so I'm like, hey, you guys don't have to be the one to console this Yorkie, eh? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, I could have been. I could be like as I get older. I don't want to be the old guy that's like sitting outside. Get off the lawn. But it's like, hey, as you get older, you kind of have to be.
Yeah.
Who else is gonna tell these kids to get off the lawn, bro? You know what I mean? Like, who else is gonna tell you guys to get the fuck off the lawn, dude?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was telling you guys. Speaking of work, which is funny, you guys. I don't know if a lot of people listening will relate to this because I don't. When is the first time? Do either of you remember the first time you met somebody with dementia?
No.
No, I mean for me,
Yeah.
well, because like sometimes you might know somebody or you meet somebody that has dementia. Like I know for me, I think the first time I ever came across that was our great grandma, I believe. I think that's the first time I ever like was in the presence of somebody with dementia, which it's not pretty, bro. Like they don't really remember stuff. They don't really remember you. So if it's like a family member, it's like hella sad.
Yeah.
So that's not the part I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like there is kind of a humorous part about it where a lot of the people you meet and you hear stories from people. I even looked this up. There could be people, right, who are not racist at all. But when they get dementia, they become racist. And people have said like, hey, why is that a thing, right? Like why is dementia causing people who aren't like racist to be racist, right? But we're gonna talk about the people who actually are racist, right? Like they'll get dementia and they don't remember their kids' names, they don't remember their grandkids' names, they don't even remember like the love of their life, right? But they remember they don't like black people. They remember that they don't like Mexicans.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Like it's like so dementia's kind of undefeated when it comes to racism, right? Like I mean, at the same time they're like, you know what I mean? They're pulling up from half court, dude. Imagine, bro. Imagine you can't remember. Like I'm old, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember you two. But but I remember I don't like black people. Imagine, like, bro, if there's a memory problem, right? You would think that they can't remember that,
Obviously, yeah.
right? But they can remember that they don't like black people. I think that's hilarious, bro.
It's a
That's
little bit
almost
hilarious
like
and stupid.
I think it's almost on par with God putting our G spot in our ass, for men, and then saying we can't be gay. I almost think it's on par with that, bro. I don't know what you two think, but it's almost on goddamn par with it, dude. We can't be gay, but our pleasure spots in our bunghole. I guess, but I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, but, and I would tell people at work, I would tell them the story, like, hey, how is it that people with dementia, they don't remember their sons' names, but hey, I don't like black people, And everybody's like, oh, that sounds like a stand-up bit. You should say that for a stand-up. And I was like, well, good thing I have a podcast.
Yep.
Well, because good thing I don't do stand-up. That would be a good stand-up bit, but I kind of think people would be too they're sensitive, bro.
Mad.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably gonna get sensitive that I brought this up.
Definitely.
But it's true. They don't remember you, but if you were black, they'd remember you. That's fucking insane. But yeah, first topic of the night, guys. We're gonna get straight into it. And it has nothing to do with fireworks or dementia, because why not, right? But it's about a lady, and it's a viral video that's been going around the last couple weeks. I wanted to talk about it last week, but I didn't really know too much about it, so I was like, hey, let me get some let me study first. Yeah, I mean, let me do some research before I get on this topic. When you guys showed up today, Justin had heard about this story. You said you haven't heard about it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about the woman who was on a flight. She was going from Dallas to Orlando. She's on all these viral videos saying, and we could play it right here.
Say whatever you want. I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can fucking die with them or not. I'm not going to.
And she's basically like, hey, that guy's not real. She said that mother isn't real, right? And, she's doing hand gestures, which I sent you guys the picture. We'll put it up here. People try to compare what she's doing to like a satanic hand ritual. That's the first sign to me. I was like, okay, strike one. She's not doing, I've seen plenty of drunk people, bro, do that hand gesture.
Yeah.
That's not real. Like, people, like, I saw somebody that had like scary music in the background. Now, this is grifting. For real, Justin, people accuse me of grifting all the time, but what these people are doing with this viral video, that's grifting, bro. Like, she does this, that mother is not real. It's not real. And like, they're like in scary music in the background, and she did a satanic hand ritual. No, she didn't. Because that's not what happened.
Yeah.
She didn't do a fucking satanic hand ritual, bro. But yeah, no, she gets the plane and Carrot Top was on this plane too, by the way. That's what you want to talk about peak comedy? Carrot Top. You know who Carrot Top is?
I don't think so.
Well, he's a comedian. Justin knows who Carrot Top is. Yeah, Carrot Top is a comedian. He does props. He was on this flight, bro.
That's such a
what are the odds, dude? That Carrot, bro, imagine you're like, this is happening, and you turn around and Carrot Top's like, hey, what are you doing? What is Carrot Top doing on this plane, dude? I would have, that's, if people wanted to say this was fake, that's your first indication, is that Carrot Top's on the plane with you.
Yeah.
Like, how, like, you know what I mean? Everything's a conspiracy. What was Carrot Top doing?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
What the fuck was Carrot Top doing,
That's
bro?
a big coincidence, too. And lucky.
And you don't know who Carrot Top is?
No.
But he does props. I mean, obviously, he was like, and he was before our time, too. So I'm not surprised you don't know about him, because he's pretty old school, bro. Mom and your dad probably know about him, but people like us, like, we have better comedians now. So, but there's a lot of people saying, did she see a shapeshifter? Did she see a lizard person? Right? And I'm all for that stuff. Okay, I'm literally all for shapeshifters and lizard people. That's me. I'm the conspiracy bull. You know what I mean? I'm literally the conspiracy theory bull, dude. That's my lane, bro. This is what I do. And I'm all for it. I'm all for fucking, and people want to say I'm a grifter and all this stuff, but I don't think you guys know what that word means truly. A lot of the people who say like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, you have bad takes. Like, I do sometimes. My dementia one earlier is probably gonna be a bad take.
Yeah.
When you do what we do for the amount of time and at the high level we've done this at, you're gonna have bad takes, bro.
Definitely.
But I watched a couple videos where people that were on the same flight, like they proved like there was plane tickets, they, you know, that they were on this flight. So allegedly, what the story is that, you know, a lot of people saw her drinking before she got on the plane, right?
Yeah.
Which, who hasn't drank before they flew on the plane, bro? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
She also
I
could've
dropped Emily off at the airport and was drinking, but I mean, so I mean, but what were you saying?
I was gonna say she also could have been high. That's another one.
Yeah, sounds like she was high, bro.
Yeah.
You know, when she said that he wasn't real and like people said that she saw a shapeshifter, right? I think I've told you this. I think I literally have told you the story before, but when I was using psychedelics before, and I won't say the person's name because I don't want them to get all sensitive and like blow up my phone about how you said a story. You know, I mean, I hate that shit. That's why I don't say people's names anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Like if I'm trying to tell a story and then people are like, hey, why did you say that? I'm good. But I was using psychedelics one time and I'm not joking, bro. I saw their true form. Like I looked at this person dead in their eyes and I saw fucking a demon. Justin, you know who I'm talking about? Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. I saw a demon, bro, and it freaked me out to this day.
That's creepy.
I'll never forget it, bro. It was one of my first time doing shrooms. It was actually my first time doing shrooms.
It's crazy.
And I remember looking at this person in their face, bro, and I saw their true form, bro. And it just, from that point forward, I was like, because they're not a good person. They're just really not a good person, right? And by the way, so we'll cut that out. But you know, I just wanted you to know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I wanted you to know what I'm talking about, so you get the picture, right? But yeah, I saw, bro. She just, you know what I mean? I literally saw a goblin, bro. It was fucking insane. So when she said she saw a shapeshifter, I was like, okay, that makes sense. She was probably on some psychedelic, right? Like that, you know, because I've done it before. That doesn't mean the guy isn't literally not real. I mean, they try to say that it was, I've seen pictures and videos floating around where it was like a guy in a green hoodie. That wasn't even from the same flight.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. And so the guy that she had a problem with was a black guy. Yeah. Right. Of course. Right. But because why not? Right. Why not? Why don't we just get on the plane and start freaking out? Right. But
yeah, she also did look like a Karen too.
she was kind of fine, bro. You know what I mean? So she would, but was she badass or what, dude? Was she a baddie or what, dude? No, not really. No.
Looks too much like a Karen.
Wow, I can't go back now. I can't go back to what I just said. I want to. I want to go back on what I just said, but I can't because
You really said it.
that's not what we do here. You know, we don't go back on what I said. But yeah. So apparently she had some drinks before she got on this plane, right? It was on American Airlines, by the way. Which,
Of course.
again, why not, right? Yeah. And so either she misplaced her AirPods or she claims the guy stole them, and that's how this all started, right? Over AirPods.
That's crazy.
And people still ran with the satanic hand gesture, and people still ran with the lizard people. And again, guys, I'm all for lizard people, right?
Yeah.
I'm all for all that. But that's not what this was. And I actually think, I mean, of course we're going to talk about it, right? That's what we do here. We talk about, right? But like, I'm not going to sit here and agree with any of that.
Yeah.
She literally just looked like a drunk lady on a plane, maybe high, whatever, what you just said, right?
Yeah.
She was probably high. And again, I've done psychedelics before. I've seen people in real life, bro, their true form. Like if you're a piece of shit person and someone does psychedelics on you, they're going to see it. Because it's like, think of it this way, William. It's not that I'm literally seeing a fucking goblin, right? But like if you're a really nasty person in real life, I'll see what you are manifested into a thing. Right, so if you're like a really good person and all that stuff, I'm not going to see a goblin, right?
Yeah.
But if you're mean and like how that person was and, you know, right, then you're going to see a goblin. So,
It's crazy.
I don't know. I was getting so annoyed on social media. Like every single time I turned around, it was, hey, this, you know, that they would talk about that video. And and I kind of thought it was funny because do you know what a grifter is? Have you heard the word grifter?
No.
It's like people who like I was explaining, like they take something like that video, the viral video, right? And then they put like scary music behind it. And it's not that you can't put scary music behind it, but it's like, was she doing satanic hand rituals? Like, no, bro, clearly she wasn't. You're just trying to get people to watch your shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do that, bro. I put scary music behind shit, right? Like I'm guilty as charged, right? But like my stuff, like I was trying to tell Warren earlier, my stuff is more like I'm talking about something that happened and just giving my opinion on it,
Yeah.
Right? He was like, oh, a lot of the times you don't really say facts, you just say your opinion. It's like, yeah, bro, because I'm not like Philip DeFranco. I'm not gonna sit here and like give it to you from like both ways, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you guys comment below if you saw the viral video. What did you think? Did you think the lady was tripping? She actually has, and I can't find her name anywhere. Have you, Justin? Have you like seen a name? I can't find it. And she hasn't came forward at the moment of this recording. I mean, she hasn't came forward and said anything about the incident.
Really?
Yeah, nothing.
That's crazy.
And people were trying to grift on that too, like, oh, she's missing. She went missing. No.
She suddenly went missing.
What probably happened was she's probably fucking embarrassed that she had a meltdown on a fucking airplane.
I would have too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what I would do, and this is just me, if I'm her, I'm going with the lizard people, dude. I'm going to go on every podcast and say, I saw a fucking lizard person. Right? Wouldn't you, Justin? I mean, come on, bro. I would literally go on every podcast ever. I would start doing a podcast tour. Yep, I saw lizard people on the plane. They kicked me off because I saw a devil. I saw demons. Yeah, but I mean, come on, why not, dude?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to come out and say that it was false because you look dumb, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not many people would do that. So, but like I said, guys, you comment below, tell me what you think. And hey, bro, if you guys think she really saw something, I'm not going to say you're wrong, but that's what I'm going to imply. But yeah, so to end the episode off, I sent you the pictures so we could look at it as we go.
Yeah.
But this hit my radar about earlier this year, I would say. And, guys, here on the podcast, we're like, I'm super into UFOs, UAPs, aliens, the unknown space. That shit's the most fascinating thing to me. Because I tackle this subject from a lot of sides where I don't like that we're being lied to, right? Imagine living in a house where like your parents are just constantly hiding like cool stuff from you and like lying to you and not giving you the best. And it's hitting a little home, right? Everybody here is hitting a little home for us. But yeah, that was kind of too deep, right? A little bit. But I mean, and so again, on the channel, I try to use my platform to like, I don't want to say the word educate because like I don't feel like I'm educating the viewer. But I talk about certain things that you guys might not know about because I feel like you deserve to know this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people use their platform for other stuff, which is totally fine because that's them. But here I kind of like, hey, let's talk about the nitty gritty because we're going to get into this next one. Like I said earlier, it hit my radar about half a year ago, and it's the Kumburgaz UFO videos. Right, so it happened in Turkey. So from 2007 to 2009, there was a guy who would set out there and just record, out. Well, it's like it's near the water, but it's like record the sky, whatever, right?
This is the video. It's called a Kumburgaz video, which is a close-up of a craft, so close that you can see the occupants. It is 100% real, and I was there as that was filmed.
The whole footage has been analyzed for a more scientific work for 2.5 weeks, frame by frame, pixel by pixel, and this is 100% genuine footage.
I think either at the time he was 51 or now he's 51, right? So the Kumburgaz UFO videos are, I think they might be some of the best, if not the best UFO videos ever. And like I didn't even hear about it until earlier this year.
Yeah.
Now, I sent you and Justin the pictures because we're going to go through some of them and we're going to talk about what you guys think this is. So again, obviously on a lot of these screenshots, there's timestamps, right? So this one was in 2008 and it happened at 3:54 a.m., right?
Mm-hmm.
There's other ones that took place in 2009, 2007. Like I said, these people spent like 3 years out there like recording it looks like a UFO to me, right? But who knows? I do want to say before we start, though, that the Turkish government has basically came out and said that these videos are legit.
Yeah.
No one has been able to truly debunk these videos. Even the people who say that it's a boat out from the distance, I mean, even that's been debunked, right?
Yeah, that doesn't look like a boat.
So, I mean, I can see why people said that, right? But I think you're right. I think you're right, bro. It doesn't look like a boat, but I can see why people would say that, right?
It doesn't even look like a submarine.
So right here, I'm going to read you guys a tweet that I saw because it's, it's relating to this topic. So it says the TUBITAK report on the Kumburgaz case, issued by the Science and Technology Research Board of Turkey. Not computer animations, special video effects, or studio recreated images or models. The video is genuine. So basically they're saying that this, like they, after all the research they did about this video, they can't find a single reason to say that this was faked. Okay. So kind of like what Justin said off camera, it's not necessarily that the actual video is fake, but what we're looking at, you know, you didn't really think it was UFO or alien related, right? Which that's not, I mean, from what we're looking at, you could be right. I don't even know what we're looking at, right? So because a lot of these ones, they're illuminated by the moon, and we'll put the pictures up here, guys, as we're talking. But you know, they've been able to say like, hey, you know, a lot of them are being like illuminated by the moon in the background, right? So like that's what like the only source of light you're really able to get. But they're recording this out by the water. Now, if you look at the map, Kumburgaz is like on the shoreline of Turkey, which where you're pointing the video camera is like out like where the ocean is, right? And where have we been hearing a lot of reports lately about where these things are coming from?
The water.
The ocean.
Yeah.
So it would only make sense that what we're seeing is literally coming out of the ocean, right? So one of them got really, really big coverage though, because when you zoom in, and we'll put it up here, it looks like there's occupants in the craft. Now, as we put these pictures up, you guys could take a look for yourselves, you know, basically kind of decide what you think they are. This kind of reminds me, Justin, of when we did the Las Vegas UFO crash, because these kind of look like that a little bit. Like not fully, but you know, like kind of like the Roger head and like kind of like the eyes. And I know like I know our eyes can deceive us sometimes when we're looking at stuff, and we may not even be looking at what we think we're looking at. But if you look at these pictures, bro, some of these look like eyes, like real eyes and mouth, and like a mouth and nose.
Yeah.
Now that could be like our eyes tricking us. But when I first saw this, man, it kind of freaked me out, because like if these things are coming from another galaxy or universe, Justin, or not universe, but just another galaxy, another part of the universe, like, so they have windows. I mean, I don't know about this stuff, right? Like, I don't know about like space travel and stuff. Like, again, I'm just like you guys. Not many of us know about this stuff, but I would assume that if you're traveling here or you're from here, like you live in the ocean and you're just coming to observe, that you would need a window to observe, right?
Yeah, it would make sense, but
I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know how like a alien race or like someone who's different from us would want to observe everything going on, right?
yeah.
Which kind of reminds me of the Uncanny Valley. Have you ever heard of that?
I don't think I have.
I know Justin has. And so the Uncanny Valley is basically our fear of something that looks human, right? And they believe the Uncanny Valley has been with us since we've been like early humans.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so they think that's been in like, it's just been passed down, like that fear of something that looks human but that isn't human. And they think that comes from like really early humans, because at that time there was multiple, you know, it wasn't just us. There was like, you know, other groups of people, right? And when you look at these type of pictures, especially because like some of these resemble the Las Vegas UFO crash one, to me that looks like an occupant.
It does.
Especially like, okay, if you go to the one with the red circle on it, you too, like that literally looks like something. Now, Justin also brought up a good point off camera, how, you know, how did a camera from 2007 get this type of footage? Because like we have cameras now that are really good that really don't.
Yeah.
And I'd have to look up what camera the guy was using, because they said it in the video I was watching, but I didn't write it down, you know, just being honest. And if it was even for 2007 with a really good camera, like what is this picking up? That's what I'm trying to say to us. And like, even if this is like bad camera quality, or even if what we're looking at is good camera quality, how did it pick it up? And how is it even resembling like people? Even if that is people, it's like literally resembling what we conceive as.
Yeah, they must have been pretty huge then. It must have been like really close then.
Well, I personally think it's weird, because they literally, I've never heard of this until earlier this year. And I'm huge into this topic, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Like I've been dedicating years of my life studying this, researching it, watching videos, listening to people talk, hearing testimonies of people who have seen this stuff. And it's just literally fascinating that, like, how did this get hit? Like, how did this, like, I'll even pull up a tweet right here because I was reading a tweet about this earlier. And from Adam Goldsack, he said, misinformation and pseudo debunking are responsible for this important case being buried. This isn't one video. There is 31 across 3 years, right?
That's crazy.
That could explain how this just got buried.
Yeah.
People are so quick to want to, like, debunk something and just say everything's fake that, like, maybe could that explain how this video got buried? I don't know, but it's interesting nonetheless. And if you guys are more interested, there's plenty of videos on YouTube talking about it. There's people like breaking it down. There's this one YouTuber, I'll send you this in the video later. He kind of breaks down like the angle of the moon. He breaks down like the moon, the angle of where it was at compared to the image, and like where the moon was at during that night. And does it match up with the timestamp on the camera, which he claims it does. And it's fascinating when you hear people who are like really into that kind of stuff kind of prove that, like, hey, it couldn't be from a boat because like this is like the angle doesn't match up.
Yeah.
Right. So it was interesting nonetheless. I can link it below if you guys are more interested in watching that video. And yeah, so actually before we end the episode tonight, I do want to bring up a video that's in theaters right now. It's called The Sound of Freedom. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm definitely planning on seeing it. Mel Gibson. It's made by Mel Gibson, and it's about human trafficking of children.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a really light topic, right? Obviously, it's a really dark topic, but
Definitely.
yeah, clearly, yeah. But I kind of compare it to the UFO topic, right? And why I say that is because I've been talking to Justin about this the last month, but like disclosure, no one cares. Right. You would agree with me, right? That Justin, like, no one cares about disclosure. No one really cares that all these whistleblowers are coming out, all this crazy stuff's happening. And as a collective, we really just don't care. Right.
Yeah.
And I compare the Sound of Freedom to that exact topic. And why I say that is because I like that someone like Mel Gibson is bringing light to an issue like that, because that has been an issue not only in Hollywood and just our world in general. It's been a really big problem for a really long time. And Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell was just the beginning. It was just the tip of the iceberg, right? Before those two got exposed, you had people literally saying there is no cabal. There is no group of rich people and powerful politicians and world leaders doing this. You guys are crazy, you're unhinged, you're insane. There is no group of rich people selling underage kids to these people. Like that doesn't exist. But it does.
Yeah.
I mean, it clearly does. Epstein was proof that this has been happening for a long time and no one wants to do anything about it, right? And I don't think people are still going to do anything about it. But the fact that this movie's being made and someone like Mel Gibson's making it and probably putting his career on the line, bravo. And I don't even care about his past antics, or because I know people would probably try to bring that up to discredit him. And I don't care about that stuff. Bravo to you for making a movie about that. I want to go see it. You guys should go see it too. A lot of my favorite YouTubers and TikTokers are bringing light to this movie, because I've been hearing that like some movie theaters are turning the AC off, turning the volume down. I probably said that wrong too. It's volume. Why do I always say that wrong? It's the mom in me, dude. Instead of saying volume, I say volume.
Volume.
But yeah, I've been hearing rumors like movie theaters are cutting the AC off. Customers are complaining like, hey, why is the movie so quiet? Right. So it's almost like these companies are sabotaging the movie. Right. And it just makes me sad, bro, because this topic is always overlooked. Right. You can't really, there's nowhere to really talk about this. You can't really talk. And I'm kind of cringy because I talk about it in my friend group. Like and even they brought it up. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? Right. Mm-hmm. So I'm the cringy one. I talk about it in our friend group, but like, there's nowhere to really talk about this. Right. Yeah. Families don't like talking about it. Friends don't talk about it. Like the public doesn't talk about it. It's kind of like disclosure. Yeah. We all know that this is a big problem. We all know kids are being sold to sex trafficking, and we know there's a problem with like pedophilia. We just literally don't care. And I want to bring that to light before we end tonight's episode. You, as a viewer of this podcast, you got to ask yourself, why do you think we as a people overlook this issue? Why do you think no one cares? No one wants to talk about it? It just gets brushed off. We all know what's happening. None of us do anything. We all know our kids are like a huge target of this stuff, and we literally just don't care. You guys literally look deep inside yourselves, ask yourself why, and then we can begin. Because I think that's Mel Gibson's whole point of this movie.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, that's the only way we can eradicate something like this is by bringing awareness to it.
Yeah.
And the first step of awareness is realizing that we as a people just don't give a fuck about it. But why don't we give a fuck about it, right? We all know what's wrong. All of us think it's disgusting and gross.
Yeah, definitely.
But we just don't do anything. And it's true. We just don't do anything about it, bro. So we got to start asking ourselves, why don't we do anything about it? And it's almost like disclosure. Why don't we care that these people are telling us that fucking there's ships from other planets here? Like, why don't we care? Right? Because think about it. Last week when I talked about Lena and Adam 22, oh, bro, everybody cares that his wife got plowed by a fucking BBC, right? When his wife gets plowed by a black dude, everybody's talking about it. But when there's allegations of him talking to underage girls,
it's gone.
It's almost, why didn't that get enough coverage like his wife getting plowed by a black dude did? Right? Isn't that embarrassing?
Oh, yeah.
The internet cares more about his wife having consensual sex with somebody versus him talking to underage girls.
Yeah, that's stupid and funny.
The internet was in fucking uproar all week. Andrew Tate talked about it. Aiden Ross talked about it. Fucking academics, Vlad, everybody had an opinion on it. But when it comes to him talking to underage girls, everybody doesn't have an opinion on it. It's fucking insane. Like, people really care about the wrong shit. Right? Like, I care about stupid stuff too, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's interesting to me. People cared more about his wife getting fucking plowed by a black dude versus him getting caught talking to a 16-year-old. It's insane. Consensual sex and you can't have consensual sex with a minor, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's tonight's episode, guys. Episode 121. Thank you for joining me, William, Justin.
Welcome.
Like I said, guys, I'm sorry about last week, dude. It was a really short video. Been going through some shit in the middle of trying to find an apartment, move, all the good stuff. And I just didn't feel like I could be fully there last week, which I wish I could have, because if I would have known you on camera, we could have come up with more funny topics.
Yeah.
You know, and I actually hope you enjoyed yourself tonight, William, because like I tell Justin, obviously, and my brother, like, what we're doing here, I'm trying to like build something for all of us, and I'm trying to, like, this can work, right? And I have a lot of faith in you, and I hope the people that watch us have a lot of faith in you, because when you did that one podcast where we talked about Sonic and stuff, that got a lot of views and a lot of likes and a lot of people commented. Nice. And you know, that made me really happy, because as somebody who tries to be like I try to be a leader of this family, I think it's cool when somebody, like, obviously like my little brothers, they do stuff and like people enjoy it. It's the best feeling in the world. Like when you create music or art or you do something like this and like people actually engage with you and you're able to do something that's like, you can make money a different way. Yeah. I actually really, really fuck with that. And so, you know, for future episodes, I really hope you guys, you know, you support William as much as I do, because I truly believe in my little brother. And yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say. But do you have anything to say before we go? Anything funny? I know you got a joke, bro.
Spot.
Huh?
Damn, you got me on the spot.
Nah, not really. Hey, that's the best time.
I know. I'm trying
to be on the spot sometimes. Have you seen Across the Spider-Verse?
No.
Okay, then you wouldn't know about being on the spot. Yeah. But you haven't seen it yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, damn! I'll have to take you, man. I should be still. It should still be in theaters, bro. Like, I'll probably take you on a Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever when I'm off. But yeah, thank you, Dustin, for showing up tonight again, like always. Until next time, guys. Peace.